is still on that subject. Who gets liberation?
Human being, sir. Because only in human being, all other embodiments are bogies. So the human being can get liberated. But the question is, human being also, once you realize everything is SIP, because there is no one who feels who is in bondage is liberated. Once you get the anubhuti, you realize, I was already liberated. What is something new? It was my ignorance just keeping me in all this cycle.
So this is a tickler. This question is a tickler. And you, till you keep on asking yourself this question, you are still imprisoned in that jnana, which is not anubhuti. The moment you see, so so once again we will still ask, who gets liberation?
Shivam, yes. When a Jivatma gets enlightened, it's liberated.
Good. Yeah, but you're now saying, you're saying again, like Sunil Chittal, you're telling when Jivatma gets enlightened. Okay, good. But who? Is it the Jivatma?
Then it is SIP who gets liberated. That is the ultimate answer.
Sunil Chittal fell in the trap. You fell in the trap by saying SIP gets liberation. SIP is ever liberated. SIP does not need any liberation. So this is how, Sunil, this is how the mind takes us. Correct na? Jo mind hai, man ye dushman bada, hame satata sada, man ye dushman, man maya mein le jata hai, samsar mein dubata hai. So this is a big challenge. Who gets liberation? Anybody has a better answer? I'm still waiting. Otherwise, I have to give Atmatraya the prize. I don't want to give Atmatraya prizes like that so easy. Who gets liberation?
Enlightened soul.
Identity.
Huh?
Guruji, enlightened soul.
Enlightened soul. Arey Mataji, enlightened soul already enlightened है तो उसको liberation क्यों चाहिए?
So I get liberated.
Who is this I? Who is this I?
Yeah, I get the I is somebody who thinks that who's attached to some false identity, like I am the body, mind,
said,
ego.
I is when
I am a father or a mother. So
who is
the ignorance goes away from this false identity.
From who the identity?
So I who says I am nothing is the one who gets liberated. Who realizes I am nothing.
So good. I think we have a very interesting subject that is in your head, and you need to think much deeper. Let me explain to you. Let me give you some 3-4 minutes of perspective. The body cannot be liberated. Who can answer the question why body cannot be liberated? Who can answer?
It is full of matter.
Because the body dies and at death it's burned.
Body has to die.
Yes.
The body has to die. Body cannot get liberated. Can the mind get liberated? Who can answer? Can the mind get liberated?
Mind doesn't exist.
Mind doesn't exist. Where is the mind? You cannot find. How can it get liberated? What about ego? Can the ego get liberated?
Ego it is in the body. So then how can it get liberated?
Yeah, but the ego, who is...
Yeah, the ego can get liberated.
So who is the ego?
I.
Who is that I?
I who thinks I'm something, who thinks I am a man or a woman, father or a mother, whether I'm educated, non-educated, rich or
basically,
poor, who has created all these false identities.
No, the I is the gross body plus the subtle body. The sthul sharir plus the sukshma sharir. This gross body, hardware and software empowered by the soul. Because if there's no soul, you can't get liberation. You need the soul. Ro Mataji, agar soul nahi hai, atma nahi hai, to liberation ho hi nahi sakta. Because aadmi mar gaya. The soul has to be in that composition. But who gets liberated? Is it the ego? Is it the ego? Because in reality, the ego is a mistaken identity. There is no ego. There is no ego. The moment there is ego, the moment there is samatma and yogini, there is duality. Duality is a lie. There is no duality. We are all part of one. We appear as 55, 60 people on this call, but we are not 60 people on this call. We are 60 drops of sip. All the drops of sip are one, but we appear different. Yogini appears different from Rekha. Ashok Chotwani appears different from Ashok Nichani. It appears. But in reality, we are all one. And how do we get this liberation from this ignorance? This is the big question mark. And who? How? Today we are not asking how. How we have spoken 100 times. In how every day in the call we talk about how to get liberation, how to get enlightenment. But who? Girish, who gets liberation?
Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. It thinks I am separate, but at one stage it realizes I am the very same big.
That reflected consciousness is none other than the Jivatma, no?
Yes.
Or is it something else?
Jivatma realizes that I am nothing but Paramatma. So it is reflected consciousness or Chidabhasa which gets liberation.
I get very scared to teach people this Chidabhasha and all. Then they will be lost. Then Ru Mataji will be studying some book on Chidabhasha. Then she will come and ask me, "Ye Chidabhasha ka matlab kya hai?" Then she will, no, we want to keep it simple. We want to keep it as simple as possible. Parvati Amma, who gets liberated? Parvati Amma? According to Parvati Amma, who gets liberated? Who gets liberation? Yes.
Jivatma.
You agree, Jivatma only?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Parvati Amma says, see, as of now, it is that unit of Jivatma that gets liberated. Now, let us not do any more tongue twisting because the answer is the Jivatma. The Jivatma, Atmatraya, is the one who gets liberated because the Jivatma, and Sunil Chittal brought a very valid point. When we talk of Jivatma, we are talking about a human being, not a dog. The Jivatma is the one who is embodied in a body, a mind, energized by soul, having buddhi, enveloped in ignorance. The Jiv Atma needs vidya, needs aparoksh anubhuti. The Jiv Atma is none other than you and me on this call. We are all Jivatmas. We are all Jivatmas, but every time you still go and say, well, who are you? I am Sudeep Bhargava. No, you are not Sudeep Bhargava. Why are you telling lie every day? Every day you all go and say, that's why I love the people who change their name. At least they've taken the first step. But as long as you keep on saying, I am Dasi Budrani, I am Dasi Budrani, I am Dasi Budrani, means you will be Dasi Budrani. You have to let go. You keep on saying, I'm Rekha Parwani, Rekha Parwani. No, unless you say, I'm Yogini. Unless that's one of the first steps. See, it doesn't make a difference to me what name you choose. But you must first identify to yourself who you are. If you are Bliko, if you are not Bharat, but you are Bliko, then you are Bharat living in consciousness. If you are not Dattatray, but you are Atmatray, then you are a Jeev Atma who's a Jigyasu, who's not seeking anything else. If you leave Bridget and you become bliss, then you are bliss because you want to be in that state of nirvana. It is very important, not for this call. Suppose your name on this call is that, okay? Many of you, I find very funny, your name in this call, imagine, Bharat, please don't take personally, but your name on this call is Bliko. But the moment you're outside, hello, I am Bharat, I am Bharat, I am Bharat. No, then you are never going to be Bliko. You are never going to be living, you will never live in consciousness. You have, after all, in America, everybody calls people by nicknames. Correct? Rajesh will be called RJ. Nobody calls Rajesh in America. In Canada, they call RJ, hey K. Instead of Karthikeyan, they'll say K. Hello, Mr. K. That's how they call in America. So, Bliko, unless each one of us on this call, this is where that last time I spoke about Vairagya, and Kumar Swami said it will happen automatically. No, you cannot become Bliko automatically. You cannot become Atmatray automatically. You cannot become Yogini automatically. You need to renounce. And this is the first step. The Jeev Atma has to thoda, little, till such time that the ignorance is finished. The ignorance has to be gone. Once the ignorance goes, then that anubhuti comes. What is the anubhuti? The anubhuti is very clear. I am Samatma. I even forget her original name. What's the original name? Samatma?
Samhita.
I have forgotten her original name because for me she's only Samatma. She was one of the first people who turned her name, I think, because she was Samhita. But she said, no, I'm not Samhita. I am Samatma. I am the something in the Atma. I am the Atma in Samhita. So, my dear friends, you need to first program your life. You program your life. If you don't program your life, let me tell you one thing. If you want to be who you want to be, you will be that till your death. And then when there is no breath, you will come back. Some of us may or may not be in this planet, but you will come back. If you want to come back and you want to go on and on and on and on, then fine. But if you want, the ultimate goal of life is liberation. Who gets liberation? Bridget. Bridget has to first say, I am not Bridget. Bridget is this pretty person who looks in the mirror. No, this is not me. I am the one in Bridget. I am the one inside. I am the Atma in the Jiva. I am not the Jivatma. I am the Atma that appears as the Jiva. So the Jiva Atma, when the Jiva drops, the Atma becomes one with the Paramatma. This is liberation. This is unification. This is the ultimate goal. And those who don't understand it, fine. They will come back again and again and they will suffer. But you and me don't have to worry about it. We need liberation. Last round of questions before we close. Anybody wants to ask any question before I end it? Rekha Parwani, you want to say something?
Yes, Shivam,
Shivam, yes.
Madhu,
Yes, right.
My sister's co-sister in Pune, she's
Yeah.
brain dead.
She is?
Brain dead.
Okay.
So, but they have kept on ventilator.
Yeah.
If a person is brain dead, obviously the soul has left the body, no?
No. No.
Okay.
Because when you're brain dead, you still have the Shakti, you're still alive, you're still breathing.
Okay.
Now, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. The moment they put a brain dead person on a ventilator,
yes,
then we come to know whether the ventilator is really complementing the breath or just replacing the breath.
okay.
Now, let me explain to you. The moment it starts replacing the breath, when the person is dead,
Yes.
in a matter of hours, there will be a multi-organ failure. The person you cannot keep a dead person alive. You cannot.
Yes.
Are you clear about what I'm saying?
Yes.
One type of death is when the heart fails. What happens when the heart fails? You know what happens?
Yes.
You stop pumping blood. You stop pumping blood. When you stop pumping blood, there's no oxygen going around the whole body. When there's no oxygen going in the body, what happens?
Death.
The brain dies.
Yes.
So I have studied this very deeply because I tried to understand the meaning of death. So I tried to go deep into this. So brain can start functioning. The brain that is dead, they call brain dead, but actually there is a chance of the brain to function. It's basically called coma, right? What you're talking about?
She's not in coma. She's on the ventilator. I think artificial breathing only must be, because
Then if it's artificial breathing, then it's a matter of hours or days before they'd have to declare her dead.
yeah,
But
actually,
if she has
they
got
were-
her natural breathing, if she has got a natural breathing, she is alive.
okay. So now they are saying like we are telling her to take a call. Matlab, her children are not agreeing to send.
Yeah, but
So-
let me tell you, our Dadaji was like that in the hospital for 20 days. And after 20 days, they discharged him. They told take home, and after the next day he died. He passed away. Okay. Thank you. Rajan, you want any question? Rajan? Rajan? Okay, I don't know.
Easy now. Now here there is no power and it's
Yes, Rajan, you want to ask a question?
no.
Okay. So, my dear friends, we have reached the end of a very interesting session. What did Dasi say? I saw a comment coming up on Dasi administrator, or any other comments
He
of anybody?
says Dasi means servant. Is it okay to drop Budrani?
Very good. Dasi, amazing. Drop Budrani. You are liberated. Stop telling the word Budrani. Today itself on this account, which is there, your Zoom account, edit it. Remove Devadas Budrani, only Dasi.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That this is your words. You realize what you said, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Dasi, the moment you become a Dasi, the moment you are Dasi, you are already half liberated.
Okay. Thank you.
You need to be Dasi, and you need to tell him what? You need to tell Prabhu, तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. Prabhu, you have to tell Prabhu, I need you and you and you and nothing but you.
Okay.
This is the secret. If you can only, if only we can pray that, if only, see, now for example, if Dasi changes, Dasi, we all call him Dasi. But if he said, I'm Dasi, and Dasi means I'm the Dasi of the Lord. That's it. That is a great change. Don't call me Budrani.
Okay.
Very good change. Very nice.
Okay. Thank you.
So my dear friends, today's call is an amazing call. And I'm leaving the thought with you. I know 90% of you still are rattling. Who gets liberation? Who? Because the mind will not agree. The mind will tell, no. Ego gets liberation. The mind gets liberation. Body gets liberation. No. You, the Jeev Atma, Girish. Girish is body, in the body, the mind and ego enveloped by ignorance. One who is living in avidya, that person gets liberated from the cycle of rebirth. When do we get liberated from rebirth? When we get that anubhuti. Therefore, the Jeev Atma who gets anubhuti, who gets liberated? Who? The Jeev Atma who gets the anubhuti. The Jeev Atma who gets the anubhuti, that Jeev Atma gets liberated. I bow down to you. We will meet tomorrow at 8.